We're talking with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com and Doug Upstone from impactwageриngsolutions.com, previewing Week 10 in college football here on the SBR TV College Football Experts Roundtable. And now we are going to get to basically, I guess, the BCS championship game of the year, right? LSU, Alabama. The line's been up for 2 weeks. It's actually had some interesting movement. It opened at 3.5, then went up to 5, then got bet down to 3.5, then back up to 5. So someone with influence on lines has an opinion on this game, and a bunch of people have conflicting opinions, I guess. That's Alabama, of course, at home as the favorite. Me personally, I have to make a pick on this game because I am, a public figure in the gambling world, but I'm just going to flip a coin at the end of this segment, and that's going to be my pick. Let's see what you have to say about it. Steve from collegefootballwinning.com.
If you do take this to be a game where these teams are relatively even matched, you go with the standard home team gets 3 points, and anything deviating from 3 points, and you have to say, well, there is your so-called value. And right now, it looks like Alabama is favored by 5. When I look at that, I would say slight value to LSU. Last year, LSU won this game, and of course, it was over in Death Valley. It was 24-21, so it was a 3-point game then. We have LSU has actually a very good history in Tuscaloosa. The thing to know about Nick Saban is he is 13-1 as an SEC coach in revenge rematch games the following season. So he's pretty deadly there, but Les Miles, the Mad Hatter, he's always got a trick up his sleeve. So as I look at it, I'm looking at this, if you think they're fairly evenly matched, you look to the ignored unit, and that's special teams, and I think you definitely favor LSU in this matchup. Their punter is one of the best in the country, averaging 44.4 yards per punt, and he has nearly half of his punts inside the 20-yard line. Looking at the other side, Alabama's punter, not great, averaging 39 yards. Something like a quarter of his punts are getting inside the 20. Then you look at the kickers, and for field goal kickers, LSU has a kicker who's kicked along of 44 yards. The longest that Shelley, Alabama's kicker, has kicked this year is 37 yards. They bring in another guy for their long kicks. He's made one of his 3 attempts on those long-distance ones, those more than 40 yards. I think the slight edge goes to LSU for those reasons.
All right, Doug Upstone from impactwageриngsolutions.com. What's your take on this line?
Well, I have 2 things that I want to talk about. Okay. One of them is the coaches, is that you have 2 great coaches in this particular case, and if both of them stay at their particular schools, Tim Brando of CBS Sports makes a great point to say this could be the Woody Hayes or Bo Schembler rivalry of the modern day. Now, Nick Saban and Les Miles are both defensive-first coaches. Now, in this particular game, every game is involved with what happens in the trenches, but I think in this one, it is going to be even more so. Now, in this particular case, this is where Sir Mix-a-Lot and myself have a lot in common.
Really?
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Oh.
Alabama, their players are physically larger.
Yes.
Now, LSU has more speed.
Huge
but
butts.
they are physically larger and are just a little bit slower than what LSU players are. So from a physical standpoint, I think they can deliver the blow both on offense and defense over time. And I think they can slow down the LSU running game as the game progresses. Now, I agree with Steve. This is not a great bet, even though it's my understanding this could be the most wagered on game since the recession started, if you will, because the interest level is obviously going to be so high. The home team has covered the last 3. Saban is 26-1 straight up at home, with the only loss being against Auburn with their miracle comeback last year. I will lean a little bit towards Alabama to win and cover the game.
Great analysis, guys. I think I'm going to flip my coin here to get my pick, if you don't mind. I got my little 500 Coloni coin. Will this mess up the green screen, guys? No. No? All right. Okay. Numbers, I'm going with LSU. Oh, Alabama. The coin says Alabama. The coin says Alabama. Go. That's my 25-star lock of the month on Alabama -5 against LSU.